I can see you, but she can't.
Only those who are to accompany me can see me, Mr. Bookman. Mr. Bookman, only those who are to accompany me can see me. Now, don't you think you'd better start making your arrangements?
Arrangements for what?
For your departure.
My departure where?
You still don't get it.
I just never will understand you people. You get the idiotic notion that life goes on forever, which of course it doesn't. Everyone has to go sometime.
Go? Oh, you mean...
That's right. And what I further don't understand is how little you appreciate the nature of your departure. Think of all the poor souls who go in violent accidents. These are the non-precognition victims. We're not allowed to forewarn them. You, Mr. Bookman, fall into the category of natural causes.
Natural causes? Number one, I think you're quite the devious sort. Number two, I think you're dishonest. And number three, why don't you say what you mean?
Mr. Bookman, I've done everything but call your own undertaker. How much clearer do you want it? If you still don't know who I am, then you're the most dense man I've come up against.
You're death.
Exactly, Mr. Bookman. Now, shall we get down to business? Departure is set for midnight tonight. I trust that will suit you. Preordination is set for death during sleep. I assume this will meet with your approval. You'll find this is a very simple and painless and barely...
Now, just a minute! I don't want to go!
No, they never do.
But there's no reason for me to go. I'm a very healthy man. Outside of a slight cold I had last winter, and a sliver that festered in that finger there, I don't think I've had a sick day in 20 years.
That's as it may be, Mr. Bookman, but departure time is set for midnight, and departure will be midnight.
Don't I have anything to say about that?
Well, we do listen to appeals, but frankly, Mr. Bookman, there's very little here in the way of extenuating circumstances. There were three major categories for appeals. The first is hardship cases. Now, you don't have a wife or a family that would suffer beyond a reasonable point your demise.
No family.
The second is priority cases. Statesmen, scientists, men on the verge of discovery. I take it you're not working on any major scientific pursuits at the moment?
No. What's the third category?
I don't think you qualify here either. It's unfinished business of a major nature. You don't have any unfinished business, do you, Mr. Bookman?
Oh, but I do! Indeed I do! Yes, unfinished business I am. Yes. That's it! I've never flown in a helicopter. That's it, that's right. Never flown.
Insufficient, Mr. Bookman. Anything else?
Now look here! I've lived in this room for 21 years, and you keep popping up in corners of the room I've never even seen before. Now will you just stay in one place?
Is there anything else, Mr. Bookman?
Yes, I've never seen a Zulu war dance. That's the answer right there. You'll have to give me a couple months to go over to that Zulu country and...
No. Unfinished business of a major nature is something a man has yearned for, and he might accomplish given an extension.
Well, there is one thing.
What is it, Mr. Bookman?
Well, between you and me, I never made a truly big pitch. I mean, a big pitch. A pitch big enough for the skies to open up. You know, a pitch for the angels. Of course, that wouldn't mean much to you, but it'd mean a great deal to me. It would mean that, for one moment in my whole life, I would have done something successful. It would mean that maybe the children would be very proud of me.
The children.
Yes, I've always had quite a fondness for children, you know.
Yes, that's all here in the record. Problem here, Mr. Bookman, is that you'd require a delay until...
Until I make a pitch! You You know, the kind of pitch I was talking to you about there.
One for the angels, you mean?
That's right! One for the angels! I find you the very...
Number one, I find...
lived in the same house, and he was the only one with a clock, and I came out and I was looking into his room and I could barely see, and then I looked into the bathroom and there was an enema bag hanging from the cabinets above the toilet, and then I heard my other roommate coming up the stairs, and so I ran and I jumped in bed and I slammed my door, and then I laid there, and then like, I was like, no, because I could hear everything that goes on in the bathroom, so I was like, pillows over my head because I didn't want to hear his enema. And then later, he knocked on the door. He's like, hey, John, did you need to use the bathroom? I was like, no, I'm fine. And he's like, yeah, you know, just had some shit I needed to knock loose. You know, give it the old 1-2. And like, I was like, someday I'm going to have a band. I'm going to call it the old 1-2, and our first one's going to be called Knock 'em Loose.
Here's the first entry in my dream journal. Dreamt that I had cast Danny Bonaducci and Patrick Stewart in a Channel 101 pilot. It was a live-action version of the Greyhound comic book, which of course does not exist, and seemed to just be both men standing around in grey trench coats like the Inspector from the old Pink Panther cartoons. I think Patrick had a bee stinger for some reason. Wow. I like how you ask if semen is salty despite clearly knowing that semen is salty.
Just keep cramming your mouth. Stop looking at the camera. God damn it, John. Okay. Places?
Number 1. I don't find you very devious.
I don't actually think you cocks mother butt
I just don't think your penis is that big.
Only after bird season.
Now you'll find this is a very simple fuck, shit, cunt, rape.
No, wait a minute. I don't like the sound of this at all. I smell like urine.
Why do you smell like urine?
My face is sweating pee.
Why are you sweating? Did you drink a bunch of pee and now you're sweating it out?
I was working on my bike the other day, yesterday.
What does that
possibly
do with
the day
urine?
before yesterday, and I smelled cat pee, and then I got to work, and I was in the booth with Jared, and I was like, do you smell cat pee? And he was like, I do. And I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm sweating cat pee at this point. I'm a cat person.
What the hell is wrong with both of you?
Yeah, it's
This isn't a Scooby-Doo episode.
Ooh.
Action.
Can you see my lap?
That's it, you see, yes, good.
You're not. And you're the most dense man I've ever come up. Ever. Not in there.
It's gonna be such a great B-roll of you belching.
Who could ask for more?